I do love working on my BMWs. Yeah, the warm sun on your back, red kites circling in the sky, sound of bird song, warmth of a V8 engine warming you gently as you lean across the engine bay with a quality 13mm socket on a warm BMW Bolt. That's heaven, that is. Yeah, you forget all about that if you're going to work on the washer nozzles. Yeah, purgatory from start to finish. Yeah, at the end you want to shoot down the red kites, silence the bird song, and you'll wish the engine bay wasn't quite so hot. But if you want to do the washer nozzles, yeah, stay with me and I'll tell you all about the torture. Let me start at the start. I was having problems with sort of one jet out of the four of them stopping working, especially after that really cold spell. Funnily enough, exactly the same time as the 6 Series, the E64, did exactly the same thing. All the washer nozzles blocked up. And that's what this one was doing. You'd get 3 one day, 2 the other, maybe 4 on a Saturday, and then we were down to none. Yeah, the cause of that is build up of black gunk in the washer tanks. Same as it was on the 6 Series, that's got a filter and that blocked up, and that stopped it all working. These ones don't have a filter as such, and so all the black gunk goes through the pipes and into the washer nozzles, and that just blocks them up. I could get them going again now and again with a needle, poke it in, and we'd be back to 2 or 3 jets just enough, but in the end, no good at all. So, yeah, you'd think this washer nozzle here, that's not too bad to get to, you know, bonnet up, lean over around there. Yeah, if you're right-handed, try doing the other side. Yep, I've got places hurting on my body that I didn't even know I had places. It's a real bear of a job. But you're going to have to suffer it with me, and we'll go through the whole job from start to finish, what parts to buy, what little tips, and there is one tip that makes it so much easier to change those nozzles. Let's get on with it before it starts snowing. Of course, the wash system on the E31 is quite similar to the E32 in that it has 2 washer bottles. Now, from these 2 washer bottles, one being intensive, which is this one here, one being the standard wash, which is that one there. Yeah, they've got a pump each. There's the pump for the intensive. The standard wash pump is round the back there. And then we've also got a level sensor down here. Now, when you operate the stalk, if you push the stalk in, it will operate the intensive wash first, then the standard wash, and it goes up 2 separate pipes. So it's 2 separate pipes all the way up. So there we go. There's the 2 pipes. And they go through there and go off one side and the other, and so we've got 2 pipes all the way through. And the way it operates is that in the nozzle assemblies there's 2 one-way valves, so the intensive wash can't go into the nozzle assembly and then back out through the main, and vice versa. Now, if you get the situation where you use the intensive wash and then it just ends up going into this, that's because the nozzle assembly has failed. And so the one-way valves have failed, and there's 2 of them in there, and I'll break apart a nozzle assembly to show you those 2 one-way valves. Yeah, 2 springs, 2 little plastic stoppers in them. Okay, so that's how it works in the E31. Of course, if you've got headlamp washers, which I don't have, did have them in my last one, then the main reservoir's actually in the boot or trunk, and it goes underneath the spare wheel. Yeah, it's all sounding a bit sort of science fiction at the moment, isn't it? It's ridiculous. Yeah, so you have the main reservoir in the trunk, which you fill up with a little in a little hole which is on the just as you open the boot or trunk. You fill it up from there, and then the device in the trunk has actually got a pump on it, and it pumps the fluid up to this tank here. So once it's got to this tank here, then everything's the same as normal, really. You have a big pump in here, and you see that it's just blanked off in this one, but the main pump for the headlight wash is in there, and that goes to high pressure jets that pop up in front of the headlights when they're on. And as I say, there's the level sensor, and that's what demands that this tank is filled up from the one in the trunk. So yeah, it does confuse a few people. Intensive wash pump, main wash pump's behind there, level sensors there, high pressure pump is there, and because this doesn't have headlight wash, then we've just got a blank there. So I just want to make absolutely sure this is what engineering wants for production to make, all right? Okay, so you want 3 wash tanks. Yeah, that's right. And you want 4 pumps. Yeah, 4 pumps. And you want a level sensor. Yeah. And you want 2 pipes going to up to each nozzle. 4 pipes altogether. Yeah, that's right. And then you want 4 one-way valves on both the nozzles. Yeah, that's right. 4 one-way valves altogether. Okay, that's good. Right, that's fantastic. I think we've got that level set. Oh, heated. You want it heated, don't you? Yeah, that's right, heated. Don't forget about the intensive wash. Oh, how could I forget about the intensive wash? Yeah, it's got to be filled up with flammable liquid. Yeah, kids are going to stick it in super soakers in the future and be able to turn them into flamethrowers. Yeah, okay, yeah, got the plan with the intensive wash. Yeah, don't forget about the headlight. Oh, how could I forget about the blooming headlight washers? So you want the extra tank in the boot to fill up the one in the front that's got the high pressure washer on. Yeah, that's right. And then you wanted magic headlight washers. Yeah, that's right. Not there. And then they pop up, squirt the headlight, and then they disappear again. Okay, so yeah, magic washers. Yeah, this is just getting ridiculous. Rightio, now working on the left-hand one, which is what this is different to working on the right-hand one. And the reason for that is the pipes come in from the left on this one. And that means trying to get the pipe clamps off is really difficult with it still connected to the grill. So it's easier on this one to disconnect it from the grill before doing anything else. There, he's coming out. There we go. That's out. But that is just going to fall apart. Oh, there we go. At least it's popped out now. It's a good start. So you get your hand round here, get hold of the whole assembly, pull downwards until it clicks out. There we go. Yeah, it seems rather industrial, doesn't it, to get it to come out that far. Complicated enough. So he's out. That means we can get the connector pair out. There we go. That's out. And then it's just a case getting the connector pair apart, which is easier said than done, because this plastic is just old and falling apart. There we go. A bit easier than I thought. Right, now we've got these 2 pipes to be removed, and we'll have to replace those with a hose clamp. Yeah, this is one of those folded ones. There, I've got the fold. There we go. That one's off. Find myself a tiny little hose clamp for that. There we go. That's one off. He didn't want to come off too much, did he? And the second one, yeah, he's a folded over one as well. So undo the fold on that. And there he goes. He's undone. Now, apparently can reuse these, but I didn't have much luck doing it last time. I'm not expecting to be able to reuse this one either. There we go, number 2 out. Much too cold today, so I'll heat this up. There we go, old one out. So yeah, that's been oiled up. That should make it slightly easier to get on. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is get the clamps back on and the connector pair. So we've got the assembly here, but we can't put it in yet Now, a close-up look, there it is. That's the clamp that's meant to go through the sheet metal. Yeah, good luck with that. Didn't have any luck with that last time. So let's connect the connector pair back up again. Does it matter which pipe goes on where? Nah, not really. Don't really make any difference at all. And we put the clamp over this, like that. I think the groove's meant to go in the middle there. There we go. And then that goes into the clamp, and we need to take the rivet back out again. Try and remember how it goes. Rightio. Yeah, it's so cold that nothing's bending, I'm afraid. Rightio, get the new one on like that. Twist it round. There we go, he's twisted. Right, and that's ready to go back in again. We put the pipes back on afterwards. Rightio, so next thing we do is push it through the hole. Goes in a lot easier. And then you can see that this is meant to go up and then put the rivet in. Yeah, that just didn't work last time. So I think what I do is going to heat that up, get you straight again. Yeah, it's quite warm. Okay, let's go for it then. Knock the camera again. Still see that, can't you? Is it flat to start with? Yeah, it's not too bad. Righty-ho, let's get the rivet in there without losing it. There we go, there's the rivet. So if I opened up the hole slightly, right, push the whole thing in nice and firmly, and then, no, didn't go, there we go, rivet in. Wow, that one worked. Amazing. Didn't work last time. Okay, so rivets in, nozzles in, clamps on. There we go, thank goodness for that. Right, one very fine needle and a bit of limbo dancing again. Yeah, they went right over the top. That's exactly what the last ones did. So needle in, got to be a fine needle, and then you sort of point it a lot easier with a long needle. Gives you a much better idea of where it's going to end up. Yeah, the 3-in-1 oil I put on has made the grill look a lot better. Hopefully it doesn't last long. Right, second go. Oh yeah, that is perfect. A bit higher maybe. Okay, not quite perfect. Surely that's it this time. Oh yeah, that's it. So we're covering the whole windscreen there. Excellent. That'll do, I reckon. And there we go then, all done. Yeah, it's not too hard. Well, I say that quickly now because it is quite hard. In fact, it's quite painful is the problem. When you're doing this side of the car and you're right-handed, of course, yeah, you've got to twist your body right over the car. And if you're left-handed and you do the other side, then that's going to hurt you as well. So that one's not too bad to do if you're right-handed. This one is an absolute killer. Yeah, and remember how the system works, that the two systems don't actually mix. The intensive and the standard wash kept separate all through the whole system, and they should never mix and should never have fluid shooting up from the standard wash tank when you run the intensive wash. If you do, that means the one-way valves in the nozzles have failed, and we've seen that so many times now. And unfortunately, those nozzles do fail quite often because they're sort of full of rotten old washer fluid that's been there for a year, and they just go rusty in the end. Yeah, and that's the point actually. Using a high quality screen wash will protect the springs, whereas using plain water or something weird, yeah, it's just going to kill the springs. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Put a thumbs up if it helped you. Keep the comments coming. Love the comments. More or less up to date now. And I'll see you next time.